All right, guys, tonight is the night. We got Team America in the house. Pete Hegseth, Elon Musk. Things are about to get very interesting, and it's not a really good time to be a Democrat right now. When you have Elon Musk coming out, and we're ready to go live here. As soon as this goes live, we will stop talking and listen to Team America, because Pete Hegseth is taking a tour right now of Starbase, I don't know what you want to call it, in Texas with Elon Musk. I don't know what this is. This is probably some damn Hadron Collider. What was it they had on the DeLorean, right? The vortex multiplier. I don't know what it was. Make sure you mash the like and subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. And we will get going with this, okay? I'm going to probably ask someone to shut that door. Would you shut my door, babe? I'm going to get her to shut the door so that she's like, oh, you're nerding it out. So there you go. But anyway, this is big because this tells me, this signifies to every Democrat watching this right now that Team America is back in play. Team America is back in play. Elon Musk is back into the fold with Team Trump. And that's a bad day for any Democrats that were ever thought about flux capacitor. Damn it, I knew somebody would know what that was. Leave it to Brian Cup. Let me give him a boom shakalaka right there. Sorry, boom shakalaka coming up.
Amen.
Boom shakalaka.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
A lot of people knew it was the flux capacitor. All right, I got to go back and watch Spaceballs. Was the movie Spaceballs? No, that's John Candy. Damn, what movie was that? Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Now, I would like for Elon to build a rocket and fly a bunch of these Democrats to Uranus, but that's just me. Awesome. Great to see you all here. I had a completely different show lined up, but I want to go ahead and let the cat out of the proverbial bag on what we have planned for Wednesday night. Do y'all want to know what we got planned for Wednesday night? We're about to take over Minnesota. Wednesday night, we're taking over Minnesota, period. Because we have this guy coming to the live stream. Wednesday night, we have Mike Lindell live. 7:30, or actually it'll be 7 p.m. Central. Wednesday night, we got Mike Lindell coming in the house. And we are going to do everything we can to help him get elected. So I hope that y'all appreciate that. I hope you appreciate that. Probably be doing some giveaways. Bowling League, you go touch your own balls, okay? The one thing we're going to talk about while this is going on, while we're waiting for the Elon and Pete Hegseth to show up, is, where was that guy? Little guy right here by the name of Mercado Media. Antifa journalist Andrew Mercado has been identified as the leader of the attack on Nick Sorter and Cam Higbee. I have all of the info on this right here because this guy doxed me as well. Mercado Media, he doxed me too, right? Him and I had a little disagreement. I actually brought the guy on a live stream. He's an Army veteran. Brought him on a live stream. He disagreed with me because I didn't want to send my tax money to Ukraine. So he doxed me. He called my workplace, made all these like horrible posts showing where I worked, showed where I lived, all this other stuff. Now, I had some friends visit him, right? Got it. My pillow's ready for Wednesday. Absolutely. All you pillow biters, get on here on Wednesday night. No, not really. Just kidding. But Mercado Media, we're going to talk about that tonight after the what do you call it? The Elon and Pete Hegseth show. We're going to talk about that because this is going to be huge because they're now calling for this guy to be charged with a felony for the attack on Nick Sorter and Cam Higbee. Looks like we're about to go live here. As soon as we go live, I will shut up and let these guys do the talking. But Mercado Media, he's an Army veteran, lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, doxed me, made some verbal threats, made some other threats, all because I brought him on my show and we disagreed about sending money to Ukraine. And then I exposed them because United 24 Media pays all of these Ukraine shill tubers, and I've got the video clip because they tried to pay me and I recorded the damn Zoom call. I recorded it. And then I had this other Ukrainian shill come on and trying to convince me to send money to Ukraine. And I'm like, sorry. What was it Richie Cunningham said? I think he called him Bucko. I said, sorry, Bucko. I said, sorry, Bucko. Yeah, the pillow biters are going to be out on Wednesday night. The My Pillow biters. Todd Flowers. What's up, Todd? Hope they charge them. Well, I've already had 2 very large YouTube channels contact me wanting my information wanting the information I could provide them because I knew where they, let's just say I know some stuff. I know some people that know some people, and I gave up the goods in hopes that they charge them. Absolutely. The guy was a this guy is a nut. Here, let me see if I can just pull up his YouTube channel, and you can see what kind of chaos this guy pulls. Yeah, here we go. Here you go. This is this guy following. Does that vehicle in front look familiar? This is all of this, they're following all the ICE people and they're harassing them. Look at this. I got to turn that down. They sound like a bunch of damn Tweety birds.
All right.
There's Mercado right there.
Just to catch you guys up on what happened here.
This is the guy that doxed me. All right, we'll get back to that, though. We will get back to that. This is about to go live. But that's the guy that doxed me, Mercado Media. Wednesday night, we got Mike Lindell. Tonight, we got Pete Hegseth, Elon Musk. And we got over 1,000 people watching. So make sure you smash the like and subscribe button for me, okay? Like and subscribe. And are you happy that we're getting Mike Lindell on? I hope you are. Should Tim Walz be arrested if he resigns? 99% of you say yes. Like your Cubs hat. I went to see the Cubs when they played in the World Series. This is a World Series hat, if you can't see that side of it. See? I went to the World Series and watched them at Wrigley when they played, I believe it was the Kansas City Royals. Coverty, Mike Lindell joins Ben on Wednesday. Absolutely. Let me see if any of you can't stand Mercado. Yeah, me either. After he doxed me and put my family in harm's way, I can't stand the guy either. No. But I pulled some favors. Let's just say that. I don't want to talk too much about what I did. But there you go. Do you want to see Mike Lindell Wednesday night? Yes or no? Some of you might not even like Mike Lindell. I don't know. I think Mike Lindell has a very solid chance to become the next governor of, Minnesota. Ragin' Kane, sweet layout. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I tried to do some rearranging here. My neck was hurting the way that I was looking before, so I had to move this around. I injured my shoulder not too long ago, so I'm, BB, can we feed him to my hogs? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't like bacon and your religion wants you to marry 8-year-olds, not my religion. Not my cup of tea there. Let's see what we can do here. I want to get to the point. There's Raisin Cane right there. That's General Ragin' Kane right there. Raisin Cane, not Ragin' Kane. Sorry about that. Mike is a true patriot. He loves the country. I believe that too. 100%. He'll be on. Man, we got some super chats rolling in tonight. All the super chats, if you don't know, goes towards helping veterans get service dogs. There you go. I had a guy come in today that I'm trying to figure some stuff out with. We're trying to get him a service dog. And the organization that I help, Smoking Guns, now you're just showing off with a damn cigar. I'd kill for a good cigar right now. For the fur babies, Dems about to shut down government again, saying Republicans own Congress. Time for Senate to approve them right in the filibuster, advance the agenda. Mercado is an adult baby. That is a mouthful of gospel.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Mouthful of gospel. And if you're a cigar smoker, please feel free to type your favorite cigar in the chat. Mine is an Arturo Fuente, and I like the Don Carlos #2. That's my favorite, Don Carlos #2. I'm also an Opus fan, and I like, Nick Perdomo is a good friend of mine, so I smoke a lot of Perdomo cigars. And Nick Perdomo is a veteran, a Navy veteran. He was an air traffic controller in the Navy. Real Bits, $20 from Greetings and Salutations, everyone, Houston, Texas.
Amen.
$20 and above,
Hallelujah.
get a boom shakalaka.
And boom shakalaka.
20 and above, boom shakalaka, unless it's just amazing. Brian, I need help. I got family within striking distance. What? Okay. Brian, thank you very much. Brian, do this.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Just think of the children. Just think of the children, okay? Think of the children. We will get this loaded back up. We're waiting to go live right here is what we're waiting for. For Pete Hegseth and Musk to come on. Let me show you a little bit more of this clown. This is Mercado Media. This is the guy that doxed me.
Border Patrol crashed into a vehicle, which is still sitting here. Border Patrol crashed into a vehicle. It caused a scene of everybody to gather. That convoy we've been following ended up here as well, but there's the vehicle that Border Patrol hit on their way through here on the intersection. We're gonna probably get back in our vehicle and get back with what we were doing.
What they're doing is they are stalking law enforcement. That's what they're doing. This is a 6-hour hunt. They are stalking. Oh, look at this.
In our community, if we want to do it, and still are advocating to do it through reparations.
Reparations.
We work with Minnesota has the worst racial wealth gap in the United States.
Minnesota does have a very racial divide there because all the people that don't look like me are getting money. And look at all the liberal women here. Liberal women are dangerous. Just ask Renee Good, right? Or ask her, I want to say husband, wife. It feels so weird saying wife. It does. It's disgusting.
Absolutely. And a lot of these issues, when police we have come in contact with law enforcement.
But this is the Mercado Media guy stalking law enforcement. Uh-oh, here we go. Here, this will give you a good idea who this guy is. This will give you a good idea right here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, this guy stalked law enforcement. I got no respect for these people. None whatsoever. Let me show you something I ran across. Actually, someone sent this to me, and I thought it was so fitting.
All right, let's bring in the White House.
Wait, let me find it. I brought in something that's very fitting that CNN does not want you to see. I'll just say that. CNN does not want you to see this. Let's go right here. Right here. Check this out. CNN. This is how corrupt the news media is.
This is controlled. The scene spans several blocks. We are here at Portland Avenue and East 35th, but it goes at least 2 or 3 blocks.
Who are you? Who do you work
thank
for?
you.
Who do
Hold
you
on.
work
I'm
for?
sorry. We're with CNN. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
So they're reporting this clown comes up. It's like, who are you? Who are you? Oh, we're CNN. It's okay.
For 3 blocks.
Who are you? Who do you work
thank
for?
you.
Who do
Hold
you
on.
work
I'm
for?
sorry. We're with CNN. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry. I think people are getting upset.
They're getting upset until they find out it's CNN.
So that is the latest here on the ground, guys, and I'm going to send it back to you.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Or 3 blocks.
Who are you? Who do you work
thank
for?
you.
Who do
Hold
you
on.
work
I'm
for?
sorry. We're with CNN. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry. I think people are getting upset.
Is that the most ridiculous? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right here.
All right, welcome to Starbase, Texas. This is a city, it's actually legally a city, that thanks to the hard work of the SpaceX team, we built out of nothing, and is now a gigantic rocket manufacturing system. So, and for people out there who are curious to see it, we're actually on a public highway, so you can come and visit and drive down the road and see the epic hardware. So I think this is the first time that a rocket development program has actually been on a public highway. So you can come and see the epic stuff. We're honored today to have the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and much of the senior leadership of the Pentagon here. It's an honor to have them visit. We just did a tour of the factory, and I think it really helps illustrate how manufacturing and manufacturing at scale is critical to the strength of America. So, and I'll tell you a little bit just about the purpose of SpaceX. It's like we want to make Star Trek real. Okay? We want to make Starfleet Academy real, so that it's not always science fiction, but one day the science fiction turns to science fact. And we have spaceships going through space, big spaceships, with people going to other planets, going to the moon, and ultimately going beyond our star system to other star systems, where we may meet aliens or discover long-dead alien civilizations. I don't know, but we want to go, and we want to see what's happening, and we want to have epic, futuristic spaceships with lots of people in them, traveling to places we've never been to before. Yeah, that's that's the goal. And that's what I think the public thinks of when they think of Space Force. So, on that note, I'd like to introduce the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
Thank you, Elon. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. How about this? Star Trek real.
Star Trek original. Yes.
Appreciate it. I love it. Well, what a tour. What an opportunity to be here at Starbase, Texas, with Elon and the SpaceX team. There's nothing like this in America. There's nothing like this in the world. And what you have built and what you will build here is a testament to the strength of American ingenuity and American invention. So I want to thank all of you, all the folks out here for having us today. Elon, thank you so much for hosting us, for what you built, for the vision you have for this company, the vision you have for our country, the vision you have for American innovation. I could not think of a more fitting venue to continue our Arsenal of Freedom tour and to outline today the future of technological innovation at the War Department. Those of you here at SpaceX will appreciate this, knowing that as World War II was ending, the Secretary of War and Secretary of the Navy wrote to the National Academy of Sciences and declared that scientific research was essential to our national security. To ensure continued preparedness, they wrote, the research scientists of the United States must be called upon to continue in peacetime some substantial portion, that of which they have made so effectively during the stress of the present war. The competitive time element in developing those weapons and tactics may be decisive in future conflicts. You see, those secretaries of war and Navy many decades ago recognized the importance that innovation and readiness holds for our national security. They knew what was at stake, the very freedoms of the country we hold dear. All across the United States today, extraordinary innovation is unlocking new possibilities for freedom, prosperity, and security. Now, the question before us is not whether or not the most powerful technologies of this century will reinforce free societies. Is it going to reinforce our free societies, or will that technology be shaped and twisted by malign regimes that seek to use those technologies for control and coercion? You see, over the past several months, I've talked at length about the challenges we face in transforming the War Department to address current and future missions, all in service of meeting the needs of the 21st century warfighter. I'd like to think we've already made dramatic progress in the Pentagon's culture by reviving the warrior ethos, and we're moving out quickly and transforming our acquisition ecosystem as well. But today is about how we supercharge innovation at the War Department for the era ahead. Innovation is happening at a pace we can't even foresee, and we need the entire enterprise, our enterprise, to embrace the urgency required for this moment. Since the end of the Cold War, the defense industrial base in our country has consolidated. This makes it difficult, if not impossible, for new creators of technical innovations to win business at our department. The result is a risk-averse culture that prevents us from providing our warfighters with the best resources that America has to offer. That ends today. Simply put, the United States must win the strategic competition for 21st century technological supremacy. Artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, quantum, hypersonics, and long-range drones. If you talk to Elon Musk long enough, he will tell you how important hypersonics and long-range drones are, and he's 100% correct. Space capabilities, directed energy, and biotechnology are the new areas of global competition. The challenge is that our legacy approach to technological development assumes that technology moves in a predictable, linear conveyor belt from lab to design to development to prototype to test and qualify to program of record, and can only be provided by a handful of companies that have consolidated dramatically. Now, while this system provided us with the weapons that won the Cold War, it is archaic and inconsistent with the novel threat environment that we face today. At its core, this old approach has the hubris to assume that you can easily predict the future, that you can foresee how an invention becomes a weapon in 8 easy steps, 3 decades from first discovery. Our system cannot keep treating innovation as a decades-long, one-way march that dramatically reduces who and what is able to run the gauntlet at our department to get the capability to the warfighter. Until this administration, the Trump administration, the department's process for fielding new capabilities had become just one more post-Cold War peace dividend relic that has not kept up with the times. Worse than that, we've done nothing but add layer upon layer of committees and councils that coordinated but never decided. We created endless projects with no accountable owners. We have high churn with little progress and few outputs. That sounds about like the exact opposite of SpaceX. We treated innovation as a box to check, not an outcome to deliver. In short, when it comes to our current threat environment, we are playing a dangerous game. with potentially fatal consequences. We need innovation to come from anywhere and evolve with speed and purpose. You see, America's open scientific community is an advantage authoritarian regimes cannot replicate. They can read our scientific papers and copy our invention or distill our AI models, but they cannot replicate a culture like this one of open and distributed research. We need to be blunt here. We can no longer afford to wait a decade for our legacy prime contractors to deliver the next perfect system, only to find that it's delivered years behind schedule and cost 10 times what it should. Winning requires a new playbook. Elon wrote it with his algorithm. Question every requirement, delete the dumb ones, and accelerate like hell. That's why I want to make clear across the War Department and for our partners in the private sector that our Undersecretary of War for Research and Engineering, Emil Michael, right here in the front row, is the War Department's single chief technology officer, one CTO for the entire enterprise. Novel concept. As the sole CTO, Emil will set the technical direction, lead the innovation ecosystem that will welcome progress from anywhere it resides. And he'll tell me, face to face, every day, and frankly, whether we are gaining or losing the technology and innovation competition. He'll have the decision authority and will lead through rigorous evaluation with a focus on real, measurable outcomes. Now, Congress, and we have many members of Congress with us here today, will be our partner in this. By affirming the Undersecretary's role as the department's CTO, we're carrying out the core mission for R&E that Congress assigned in statute. The last defense bill expanded the CTO's authorities, including the power to direct military departments and other components to align around clear, innovative outcomes. We will use them to deliver those outcomes with speed and urgency. An empowered CTO will inject a disruptive mindset directly into our systems, directing the power of America's world-leading scientists and entrepreneurs, our cutting-edge labs, the tech ecosystem, and our capital markets to build what the warfighter needs, but to do so better, faster, and cheaper. And Emil is the right man to do it. You see, this isn't about military structure. This is about building an innovation pipeline that cuts through the overgrown bureaucratic underbrush and clears away the debris, Elon style, preferably with a chainsaw, and to do so at speed and urgency that meets the moment. As I've said repeatedly to every audience, the President of the United States and I have the backs of our warfighters, who have to make split-second life and death decisions on the battlefield. Now, I want this audience to know that we also have the backs of innovators who share that very same urgency. American taxpayers, especially those parents whose sons and daughters have answered the call to serve, I swore in 10 more today, demand, and I demand, and we demand, that we arm our warfighters with overwhelming and lethal technology right now, not a decade from now. In modern warfare, the fastest innovator and iterator will be the winner. And no one can out-innovate an American entrepreneur who has been liberated from the constraints of stifling bureaucracy. That old era ends today. We are done running a peacetime science fair while our potential adversaries are running a wartime arms race. Right now, from garage startups to factory floors to boardrooms across our nation, the question of how to harness innovation coming out of America's AI ecosystem is front and center, and rightfully so, because it has the potential to disrupt and transform every area of human endeavor. The same is true in the Department of War. President Trump's AI executive order spells out our approach succinctly. It is the policy of the United States to sustain and enhance America's global AI dominance in defense of human flourishing, economic competitiveness, and national security. That ladies and gentlemen, is the War Department's mission. We must ensure that America's military AI dominance, so that no adversary can exploit that same technology to hold our national security interests or our citizens at risk. America first in every domain. Last month, I took the first step toward changing how the department does business with frontier AI technologies when we announced the rollout of Gen AI with our partners from Google. And I want to thank the Google team for leaning forward and making the investment to get their Gemini app to about 3 million users in the War Department. But today, we're excited to announce the next frontier AI model company to join GenAI.mil, and that is Grok from xAI, which will go live later this month. So I want to thank you, Elon, and your incredible team for leaning forward with us on this as well. Very soon, we will have the world's leading AI models on every unclassified and classified network throughout our department. Long overdue. To further that, today at my direction, we're executing an AI acceleration strategy that will extend our lead in military AI established during President Trump's first term. This strategy will unleash experimentation, eliminate bureaucratic barriers, focus on investments, and demonstrate the execution approach needed to ensure we lead in military AI and that it grows more dominant into the future. In short, we will win this race by becoming an AI-first warfighting force across all domains, from the back offices of the Pentagon to the tactical edge on the front lines. The catalyst for this acceleration will be 7 pace-setting projects focused on mission threads across warfighting, intelligence, and enterprise missions, each with a single, accountable leader, aggressive timelines, and measurable outcomes that answer a familiar question, Elon. What have you accomplished this week? This is the execution standard for AI-first transformation. Each of the 7 pace-setting projects will use the following model. 1 owner who reports monthly on their progress. These projects will not be run in a vacuum, but will work directly with warfighters and transition partners to ensure we incorporate real-time operational feedback. We expect rapid iterations with failure accelerating the learning curve. These are not science projects. They are not governance boards. They are the execution standard for the entire department. We will not win the future by sprinkling AI onto old tactics like digital pixie dust. We will win by discovering entirely new ways of fighting. That's why we will run continuous experimentation campaigns, quarterly force-on-force combat labs with AI-coordinated swarms, agent-based cyber defense, and distributed command and control, pushing the envelope, learning from failure at every stop, which is exactly what this place does. You see, our department doesn't accept failure in the past, and so we never fail, which means we never learn. We're flipping that dynamic. Before talking about the new rules of the game, let me talk about a little bit more about our new team, because no game can be won without the right team. And we're proud to announce that Mr. Cameron Stanley has been appointed the new Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Officer, CDAO, of our War Department. Cam will be leading a new team, many of whom have foregone, thank you, or left lucrative careers at pioneer companies such as AWS, Databricks, Palantir, and Meta to join the fight. This team will not only provide a catalyst for change in this department, but will also act, we believe, as a magnet for other talented members of the tech community who want to join us in doing the mission-focused work to protect our great republic. So let's talk about the new rules. First, speed. Speed wins. Speed dominates. Our enterprise currently operates on staffing and committee cycles measured in months and years, and that's unacceptable. Military AI is going to be a race for the foreseeable future, where the risks to U.S. national security of moving too slowly outweigh the impacts of imperfect alignment. To do this, Cam and his team at CDAO will define AI deployment velocity metrics for all the pace-setting projects in the next 30 days and report at least monthly after that. These will become the new benchmarks for programs across the department. Second, bureaucratic blockers. If you work with Elon, you know he finds the blockers and you remove them. We will take a wartime approach to people and policies that block this progress. You want to block? You can work somewhere else. Barriers to data sharing, authority to operate, or ATOs, test and evaluation, and contracting are now treated as operational risks, not simply bureaucratic inconveniences. We are blowing up these barriers. That's why today at my direction, I'm establishing a barrier removal SWAT team under R&E with the authority to waive non-statutory requirements and escalate to our great Deputy Secretary, Steve Feinberg, anything that slows down the acceleration of AI capabilities. Third, compute resource. We will invest heavily in expanding our access to AI compute from data centers to the tactical edge, and will tap into hundreds of billions of dollars in private capital flowing into American AI. President Trump's executive order has directed us to build data centers on military land and to work with the Department of Energy to ensure that we dramatically increase the number and breadth of resources needed to power this computing infrastructure. We will work together with our partners at Google and AWS and Oracle and SpaceX, Microsoft and others on these initiatives. Fourth pillar, especially in this room, you'll understand it, is talent. We will use every hiring and pay authority available to us to bring the best American technical talent and reward effective AI transformations by our workforce. We're going to heavily leverage President Trump's Tech Force initiative to bring in the best and brightest from industry and academia. With people like Elon, David Sachs, Emil, Mike, and others from the entrepreneurial and business world already in government, we have shown that we can and that we must enlist the world's leading talent in this cause. Fifth, responsible AI. Today I want to clarify what responsible AI means at the Department of War. Gone are the days of equitable AI and other DEI and social justice infusions that constrain and confuse our employment of this technology. Effective immediately, responsible AI at the War Department means objectively truthful AI capabilities employed securely and within the laws governing the activities of the department. We will not employ AI models that won't allow you to fight wars. We will judge AI models on this standard alone. Factually accurate, mission relevant, without ideological constraints that limit lawful military applications. Department of War AI will not be woke. It will work for us. We're building war-ready weapons and systems, not chatbots for an Ivy League faculty lounge. Sixth, and finally, data. AI is only as good as the data that feeds it. And the U.S. military has an asymmetric data advantage from 2 decades of military and intelligence operations that no other military in the world can replicate. But right now we are underutilizing this advantage. Too much of our data is stranded. It's stuck in bespoke program databases, locked behind Title 10 or Title 50 stovepipes, invisible to operators, engineers, and industry who can help us exploit it with winning speed and scale. And that's why today, at my direction, CDAO will exercise its full authority to enforce the DOW data decrees and make all appropriate data available across federated IT systems for AI exploitation, including mission systems across every service and component. Each service secretary and component head will submit catalogs of their current data assets to the CDAO within 30 days. Denials of data access requests will be reported to the CTO within 7 days, and they better have a good justification. Today, I'm also directing the Undersecretary for Intelligence and Security, Brad Hansel, to ensure appropriate data from across our intelligence enterprise receives the same treatment and can be fully leveraged to warfighting capability development and operational advantage. AI is only as good as the data that it receives, and we're going to make sure that it's there. Persistent barriers to data access will be escalated to the Deputy Secretary of War for resolution, with authority to reassign or terminate personnel or withhold funding from non-compliant activities within the statutory limits. We'll be clear here. As I said, data hoarding is now a national security risk, and we will treat it that way. AI is an important part of the future, but here's another truth that we've ignored for too long. Beyond AI, we've treated every other kind of innovation as if they're the same. As you know, they're not. We need to break down unnecessary barriers to rapid technological development, adoption, and transition. Some of you will remember this. A generation ago, one of my predecessors, in a dinner speech to industry now infamously known as the Last Supper, advocated for the consolidation of our defense industrial base. This consolidation created a closed innovation ecosystem dominated by just a handful of prime contractors. The results have been characterized by soaring costs, sluggish delivery, and stagnant innovation. That's what President Trump's recent executive order on the defense industrial base and defense companies seeks to address. It makes crystal clear that the priority of the legacy prime contractors must be our nation's national security, not the next earnings call. That means less focus on stock buybacks and more investment on the men and women on the factory floor. It means less stockholder dividends and more investment in infrastructure, plant, and equipment. Today, that old era comes to an end. The Department of War is reopening to the disruptive energy and agile creativity of our nation's tech startups, funded by our world's leading capital markets. I'm directing my Chief Technology Officer to lead this charge, and his wingman, as always in this effort, Undersecretary for Acquisitions and Sustainment, Mike Duffy. For too long, we organized our ecosystem around stages and silos, labs over here, so-called rapid units over there, commercial outreach in a different building or on another coast altogether, and warfare fighters somewhere at the end, almost an afterthought. The result is duplication, drift, and confusion. And like the acquisition process we are already fixing, the creation of organizations to work around the problems in the innovation ecosystem rather than taking the bold steps needed to transform it. We created an whole ecosystem to get around the actual system. No more. Every dollar of innovation, whether it may be in a lab or a startup or a classified shop, must exist to deliver one of three things: game-changing technology, scalable products, or new ways of fighting. If it's not doing one of those three things at speed, it will be realigned or it will go away. And that's why I'm entrusting Emil as the CTO to ensure that this directive across the department is rapidly carried out. Emil, you're going to be busy. Again, what we're talking about today is a transformation in the way we think about innovation. In requirements reform led by Mike Duffy, we killed an old model, a sclerotic model, and rewired the department so that problems, money, and experimentation live in one system. In acquisitions reform, we killed the defense acquisition system and created accountable portfolio acquisition executives, making speed to delivery our organizing principle. We're going to do the same for technological innovation. That's why today, at my direction, we are ending the alphabet soup of councils that meet and brief and write memos and schedule meetings, but never decide and rarely, if ever, accelerate outcomes. Effective immediately, the Defense Innovation Steering Group, the Defense Innovation Working Group, and the CTO Council are disestablished and abolished. In their place, the CTO will convene a CTO action group to assist him in making decisions, clearing bureaucratic blockers, holding leaders accountable, and most importantly, quickly delivering new technologies to our warfighters. Every organization in this ecosystem must earn its place by delivering warfighting advantages faster than our adversaries can adapt. No sacred cows, no exceptions. To back up the CTO, today at my direction, we are realigning two pillars of the War Department's innovation ecosystem. First, the Defense Innovation Unit, or DIU. Since its establishment 10 years ago, DIU has lived through shifting reporting structures and uneven administrative support, doing great things, but at times its portfolio overlapped with other parts of the department. Effective today, DIU is designated a Department of War field activity, providing exceptional tech scouting, rapid contracting, and other common services to the department, executed at commercial tempo. The CTO will provide support to DIU for administrative and resource matters and ensure that the unit's efforts fit into the department's innovation priorities. The director of DIU will also continue to report directly to me as a principal staff assistant and carry out its statutory duties. And I'm appointing Mr. Owen West, executor of my Drone Dominance Initiative, as the director of DIU starting in March, when the FY27 budget cycle firms up. As a Marine with lots of combat experience, Owen will bring a warfighter's mentality to DIU's core mission of transitioning technology to our troops. Owen also has the private capital experience needed to ensure DIU remains working hand in glove with the venture and investor communities and continues to on-ramp new entrants into the War Department. Owen led DOGE at DOW, the most effective DOGE effort across the administration, saving tens of billions of dollars for our department, and now he will lead DIU. Our world-leading defense tech startups have attracted billions of dollars in capital. They're reshaping warfare through the proliferation of high-tech, low-cost technologies. DIU's mission is to accelerate the adoption of this commercial technology to help convert entrepreneurial products into tangible combat power. Second, the Strategic Capabilities Office, or SCO, is also being designated a Department of War field activity aligned under the CTO. SCO will maintain focus on its core mission of identifying and prototyping disruptive applications of new systems, the unconventional uses of existing systems, and near-term technologies to create strategic effects. SCO will continue to maintain its statutory direct reporting relationship to the Deputy Secretary, but will be operationally realigned under the CTO to eliminate duplication and ensure the relentless daily focus on delivering near and medium-term capabilities to our warfighters. Relentless urgency and focus is our focus. Today's defense innovation ecosystem is too fragmented, resulted in insufficient technology transition to the warfighter. We address some of this in the transformation we are making in the acquisitions ecosystem, but it also needs to enter the innovation ecosystem. For too long, and I know a lot of you have experienced this, and others we met with in Los Angeles recently, the experience of founders and entrepreneurs has been running endless laps around the Pentagon, looking for the right office, the right program, and the right motivated sponsor. And too often new entrants are ultimately stymied by the bureaucracy. We hear it time and time again. They don't know where to go, and then when they go to that place, it's not the right place to go. Then they go somewhere else that didn't want them in the first place, and the lap continues. For example, SpaceX and Palantir had to sue the Department of War just to get a shot at competing for department contracts. The bottom line is that new entrants need both a shot on goal, but also faster yeses and faster nos from the department, rather than being strung along with a never-ending stream of rudderless maybes. At the Secretary of War level, we will replace the existing maze into two clear channels. The mission engineering and integration activity, MIA, will tell industry what problems we're trying to solve, and DIU will help program offices adopt what industry has already built. This will help get to faster yeses or faster no's. Clear guidance, clear guide rails, clear demand signal, which is what industry and capital expects. Now, this isn't just an Office of the Secretary reform. The services need to transform their innovation ecosystems as well: the Army, the Navy, the Space Force, the Marine Corps, and the Air Force. That's why today, at my direction, our military services will take the following actions. Within 90 days, the secretaries of the military departments will brief the CTO on service innovation plans, how they will consolidate, streamline, and refocus their labs, research expertise, experimental units, and rapid capability offices around 3 innovation outcomes. Our 60-plus labs are a national asset, but it's past time they were organized to deliver and not just to discover. And beginning with the fiscal year 2028 budget, every portfolio acquisition executive will fund an innovation insertion increment, III, dedicated money for the last mile, integration test, and rapid insertion of validation solutions into fielded systems. Innovation cannot be centralized, and it should not be. In fact, hope it's okay I name them, but just this past weekend I received an email, a proposal from an Army captain named Drennan Green, who I've known for a while. He had a detailed plan about how he and his unit wants to deploy AI. Innovation can and should come from anywhere and anyone, wherever those best ideas reside. We're going to bring that good captain in and hear from him. How can we apply those tools in his unit and other units, bottom up, not just top down? The military services and program offices own the last mile. And to that end, I'm directing the services to establish that III, innovation insertion increment, within the budgets of all program portfolios. This will ensure that they have funds set aside to quickly integrate innovations during weapons system development. This will be a tool to free new, innovative, cutting-edge weapons and improvements from the constraints of yearly budget cycles. Here you iterate in terms of hours and days, maybe weeks. In Washington, we talk in terms of months, years, and oftentimes multi-years. It's too slow. The CTO ecosystem will give them the supply. Services are contributors to this ecosystem, not bystanders. They must deliver outcomes, and they must deliver overmatch. And speaking of budgets and budget cycles, you may have seen President Trump's truth post of a few days ago. He's proposing a $1.5 trillion budget for the War Department in fiscal year 27. This is by far the most ever in our history, a historic and generational investment in American security. We will not squander this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to rebuild our military. Think of what this means as our efforts to transform the department come fully online. You add resources and you streamline process, speed to deliver those capabilities to the warfighter, an invitation to new entrants into the defense industry, which we need so badly, and an embrace of AI and other cutting-edge defense tech. All of this will make our forces more agile, more lethal, and more ready to deter and, if necessary, win a future fight. This is what President Trump demands, and this is what we will deliver. This feeds into a next area we need to fix. You see, reorganizing and a new attitude are not enough to truly unlock innovation for the warfighter. Our department needs to capitalize on a key advantage America has over her adversaries: the broadest and deepest capital markets and the best entrepreneurial talent in the world. You know this, capital is the lifeblood of American innovation. And therefore, to be successful, we need to embrace the role in our department of private capital, which we have not done for far too long. We need to be a better partner for private capital, so we can help accelerate capital formation in key areas and lower the risk for the department. Private capital is already helping to solve a major problem that President Trump has directed us to confront and solve across this administration, ending our reliance on competitors for access to rare earth and critical minerals. The Office of Strategic Capital, or OSC, under the leadership of David Lorch, is spearheading those efforts and delivering as we speak. In the past 5 months alone, the OSC team has deployed over $4.5 billion in capital commitments as part of closing 6 critical mineral deals, all of which will help free the United States from market manipulation. Crucially, OSC's strategy relies on crowding in private sector investors, from the VC community to our country's largest financial institutions. The 6 OSC deals to date include nearly $5 billion from our private capital partners. OSC has closed most of those deals in less than 30 days, which is Trump time for complex transactions. That may seem maybe slow for SpaceX. In Washington, that's as fast as it gets. I mean, that is warp speed in Washington. All of our investments serve one purpose: deliver faster for the warfighter. Now, some will want to cynically posit, is this just another innovation reorganization? Another set of strategies that brief well but don't actualize? No. This is the third leg of a single war plan. In fundamentally transforming our acquisition ecosystem, we killed JSIDs that focused only on process and turned the JROC into a body that ranks real-world joint operational problems, not paper requirements. We created the MIA to run experimentation campaigns to solve these problems. We killed the old defense acquisition system and created the warfighting acquisition system to focus on speed, risk, and accountability. With the AI strategy and innovation ecosystem transformation that we have just outlined, we are welding that third piece into place. The CTO, DIU, SCO, DARPA, CDAO, and OSC are no longer a loose federation. They are the Office of the Secretary of War's Innovation Operating System. DARPA delivers game-changing technology innovation and strategic surprise. DIU delivers scalable products. SCO delivers new ways of fighting. And CDAO and OSC provide the data, test, and capital to move at wartime speed. As of today, they are an ecosystem, an arsenal of ideas and action for the arsenal of freedom, wired directly into requirements, portfolios, and production. Game-changing technology, scalable products, new ways of fighting, all three moving at wartime speed. Problems drive experimentation, experimentation flows to prototypes, prototypes flow to our program executives flow these to production, production flows to the warfighter, and the cycle never stops, always iterating. One system, one purpose, speed to the fight. We are preparing to win the future because we know, and you know, for the free world, for the West, the stakes could not be higher. Before this administration, our adversaries may have thought they finally broke American power. They're wrong. They do not have our entrepreneurs. They do not have our capital markets. They do not have our combat-proven operational data from 2 decades of military and intelligence operations. They do not have our hard-won classified technologies. They do not have the ingenuity and tenacity of American warfighters who refuse to lose. They don't have a military that can go 37 hours to downtown Tehran or downtown Caracas without being seen in the process. You see, but none of that matters, however, if we suffocate those advantages under a stifling bureaucracy. That's why we're unifying the innovation ecosystem, making this an AI-first department, and holding every lab, every program accountable. all while pushing every officer to deliver warfighting advantages faster than others can adapt. We will not stop. We will not back down. We will forge the new arsenal of freedom with our partners in industry and the private sector. We believe the future will be shaped by those who lead in technology and innovation. We don't believe, we know. Those who fervently believe in freedom and the Western tradition, like we do, must be those leaders. If not us, if not America, if not the West, then who? And if not now, it will be too late to maintain that advantage. This is not reform for the sake of reform. It never has been. This is about whether our warriors fight with yesterday's tools or they fight overmatching our adversaries using tomorrow's technologies. We know the threat. We know the opportunity. We know what must be done. We share the urgency. Now we will do it, and we must do it at wartime speed. Thank you. God bless you. God bless this company that you've built, and may God bless our great republic. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I forget the name of that song. Is that Seven Nation Army by White Stripes?
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold at your...
All right, there we go. They just cut this shit off, don't they? They're like, we're out of here, baby. We're out of here. They're like, hey, we're done. I love it. Guys, thank you. Man, what some great comments. I'm going to say, oh, God, hold on. I've got to do it. I've been saving this because I really wanted to make sure that everyone understood what happens here. I don't care if you come in the chat and you're friendly.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure.
Look at me.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now, Johnny. I'm the captain now, Johnny. And you are a freaking moron. Absolute moron. And I'm sure this is Johnny. There's Johnny crying. I've got to flush Johnny ball game. I am sorry. You will never be back in this chat ever again. You are gone. You are absolutely gone. Bring it, fools. You're done. And let's break out the world's loudest toilet. World's loudest toilet. Bringing it to Johnny Ballgagger. There you go. See you, shithead. I ain't got time for that, man. If you just want to come in here and be disruptive, it's not the place for you. No other channels will interact with their chat like I do because I watch a lot of YouTube and none of them do it. It's disrespectful for everyone in here, and you're an absolute moron. So put your hands in your back pockets and carry your ass back to whatever basement that you're living in, okay? I ain't got time for it. Want any lip out of you, Johnny? I'd scrape it off my zipper. You're done. You're gone. You're never coming back, okay? Piss off. That's what I got to say. That's what I got to say.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Johnny, you dipshit. I ain't got time for that, man. It's disrespectful as hell, okay? Disrespectful. I don't have time for it. I don't want to deal with it. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Republican Ben Davis tells me the articles of impeachment for Tim Walz has officially been filed. Officially been filed. Articles of impeachment. I hear a train coming. Yeah, that's coming around the bend. Okay, we're going to take some real, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just get into exactly what needs to happen. Okay? Let's do it. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know. Johnny, if you're still watching on your mommy's iPad, you're welcome to call. We have the same taste in cigars. I love it. Thank you very much. 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. I'm sorry to have to deal with some of these trolls. They're paid operatives. They really are. They try to agitate. They try to disrupt. And that's exactly what they do.
Do it.
Thank God for President Donald J. Trump for finally bringing attention to this issue. Representative Rarick, I'm going to be...
Let's grab this call right here. Talk to me. Line 1. Where you go? Kicking it off. Line 1. The heavy breathing doesn't do any... I am. Go for it, brother.
Hey, man, this is Chris Cheney from Indiana. Man, I don't think anything's going to happen to these guys. They keep having evidence after evidence, and nothing ever happens.
Why the black pill sort of thing? Why that?
It just seems to be history always repeats itself. You know, that's the way it's always been. Look at Hillary Clinton. She still ain't been in trouble for all the stuff she done. Or the list goes on and on and on. It's like if you have the money, you don't got to repeat myself. Worry about anything. You're just
I hate to repeat myself. I hate to repeat myself. Do you know what the difference is between us and a dictatorship?
What's that?
We have real justice. We have a process. That's the difference between us and a dictatorship. And I get tired of repeating this, but Trump doesn't have the power to go arrest anyone. Justice is slow. Justice is slow. But don't get into the negative. Don't get into the black pill. Nothing's going to happen. Don't get into that. That's a mindset of just complete negativity. Do not wake up negative. If you want to do yourself a favor, go and listen to a song by Don Williams. It's called Lord, I Hope This Day Is Good. It is very good medicine. I appreciate you calling, brother. Thank you so much. Stay positive. Stay positive. Stay positive. Good things happen to people that are positive. Don't get into the negative Nancy crap. It's easy to get into. I've been into it. It's not good. It's not attractive, okay? It's not good. 89 arrests in Somalia fraud so far. All Nate, thank you. That is a great comment. Absolute great comment. Thank you very much. Let's do it. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Don't get caught up in the negativity, man. It is a choice. Kara, Beaumont, Texas. Long time no hear. Talk to me, Kara.
Hey, my friend. How you doing?
Let's hear it. What you got?
Okay, so did you catch that what Pete Hegseth said? He said we can go into Tehran and not be seen, and then we could go into Caracas and not be seen. I was like, oh, they just go into Iran. They're just to go in there.
I really don't want them to go in Iran. I really don't.
Oh well, I just hope that they don't let kill all those people over there. But anyway, but as far as if people can, if there's nothing going on or nothing happening, there's a lot happening. There's a whole lot happening.
Yeah, people are ignoring the actual stuff that's happening. Kara, good to hear from you. Thank you so much. I got them lined up. Kara is exactly right. People choose Sexy Pete with his whispers into our ears. I am sorry I even read that. I'm sorry I even said that. That's a clip. Somebody's going to clip that. But people choose to latch on to the negativity. Talk about this. I want to show you this right here. You want to see negativity? Democrats are in full panic mode.
Do it.
Thank God for President Donald J. Trump for finally bringing attention to this issue. Representative Rarick, I'm going to begin with you. You've been working on this issue for years. You've spoken to the whistleblowers personally. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You have an understanding that 1,000 whistleblowers running an account on X have come forward to expose fraud in Minnesota state agencies, and they have been entirely ignored by Tim Walz and have even been retaliated against. Is that accurate?
That is correct. Even this morning, I got another message.
Well, in your experience, are their claims credible or are they politically motivated against Walz?
They're completely credible, not politically motivated.
1,000 whistleblowers. I want to ask this. Do you think Trump is sitting on all of the justice stuff until the midterms? Is Trump waiting for closer to the midterms for arrest? And I can't even spell. I grew up in Lower Alabama. Midterms. Oh, I guess that's one word. Midterms is one word in America, I guess. There we go. I believe Trump is waiting till closer to the midterms to have an absolute massive impact. I'm talking super impact on what's going on. Listen to this.
I actually spoke about this last night and how Secretary Noem is doing a phenomenal job, not just securing the border, which she and the president did together in record time, but also in defense of the brave men and women of ICE who put on a law enforcement uniform every single day to protect our communities and to protect all of you and every American, regardless if they are Democrat or Republican. ICE is doing a very important job to remove illegal alien criminals from our communities. And I think it's very striking that all weekend long, you had agitators and violent American citizens out in the streets of Minneapolis protesting. Protesting what exactly? Apparently, they are protesting the removal of heinous murderers and rapists and criminals from a city.
Hold up. Here we go. Hold up. We got one. Ben, are you using snake oil salesman tactics? I ain't got nothing to sell. You can buy some of my coffee or join the channel as a member. I ain't got shit to sell. I'm retired from the military. I work full time. I do this as a hobby to help veterans. What am I selling? Am I trying to sell you anything? Come on, hippie cowgirl. Give me a break. Give me a freaking break, man. God forbid anyone have hope. God forbid I'm not black-pilled into the gutter and I'm like, man, F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, right? They're in there tossing one off with all the negativity. God forbid I have any level of positive thought. I'm a snake oil salesman because I'm positive. Kiss my white ass. Give me a break. Are you freaking kidding me? So you want to shit on someone that's positive. That tells me all I need to hear from the hippie cowgirl. Get out of my face. Get out of my damn face. Lines are open. 61 hippie cowgirl, why don't you call in? Call in and tell me I'm snake oil salesman. Snake oil. Selling the snake oil. Get out of my face. We have too many rhinos in Congress. We got rhinos in here. We got rhinos right here. Line 2. Go right ahead, line 2.
How you doing, Beth?
Oh, I'm doing great. Go right ahead.
Well, I think everybody should just take a breath, okay? Things are going to happen. It's in God's hands. I feel very hopeful. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know, is there any way you can get that Prometheus, that woman on? The one who talks
I don't know if you want my pilling. I don't know if you want my opinion about the Prometheus update. I don't know if you want my opinion on that.
Of course I do, honey. I'm curious because I listened to that, and my dad was in the Navy, so anybody that's in the Navy, I have total respect for.
I like the Prometheus update channel. However, I can't fall into the trap of everything is Britain's fault. Just like I can't fall into the trap, everything is the Jews' fault. I can't fall into the trap, everything is Iran. I can't fall into that. I can't fall into everything is England's fault. I just can't.
Right.
They're not that intelligent. British intelligence is dumb as shit. You know why? Because they've let their country get taken over by the Pakistanis, the Indians, the Somalians, the Afghans, all these other countries. If Britain was so good, they wouldn't have lost their sovereignty. Okay? If they were that good, they would not have lost their sovereignty. God bless you. God bless your dad for being in the Navy. And amen, hallelujah, and boom shakalaka. There we go. You want me to bring some fire tonight? You want some Lower Alabama? You want the Lower Alabama to come out tonight? Tell me I'm selling snake oil, right? If you want some fire tonight, you weren't prepared for brimstone tonight, were you? Tom Tillis, that scumbag. Okay? We'll do a little Monday Night Raw. I like watching wrestling. I love watching some wrestling. Monday Night Raw. You want some top ropes? I'll give you some top ropes. Okay? Black pillars. Yeah, I'm tired of the black pill. 615-475-7864. My wife just poked her head in the door and started laughing at me. Right? I'm tired of the black pill. You want some Lower Alabama? You got it tonight. It's a trap. It's all a distraction. I love that one. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. I hate that shit too. It's all a distraction. Tiny Dancer. I'm in Lower Alabama. Let's go to Cowboys. Bobby, Tennessee. Talk to me, Bobby.
Hey, Ben. I'm glad you didn't tell Johnny Ballgagger to kiss your ass. I mean, he might have enjoyed that. But besides that, we're fighting both sides. It's the way it's always been. We are fighting both sides. Trump, I think he's going to have one hell of a fireworks show for his October surprise.
I think you're right, Bobby.
It's all about the timing. October, look, Democrats are the ones who invented that bullshit. Well, he's fixing to turn it right back on them 1,000-fold.
Yeah. All the black pillars can't stand all of the wins. They hate it when we're happy. They hate it when we're happy. They hate it.
They do. I mean, and the guy that doxed you, if you remember, last year, I think it was, I've been on your channel for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I trolled his channel for 3 weeks till he banned me, but he threatened me online.
I had some friends that are in a little motorcycle club do me a favor. I'll just say that. Bobby, I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're the best, Bobby. I don't care what anybody says. Kamala, save us. That's the fastest way to get banned on the channel ever. Let's just go ahead and get rid of the news junkie. We will not junkie. That sounds like it. News junkie. Make Leering great again. Oh, okay. You were joking. News junkie was joking. She got me. News junkie got me.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
News junkie got me. Okay. This is Mercado Media. This is the troll that doxed me.
You know what I'm thinking of doing with my media, guys? All the right-wing propagandists harassing the fuck out of them. I'm talking tracking where they're at.
Sorry the language. If common sense were dynamite, he couldn't blow his nose, okay?
And then just literally following them with a feed. They can't fight, so they'll have security, but that's fine. Security will have to earn their paycheck that day. They need to not be able to move without the entire.
So this person, Mercado Media, the guy here looks like the fake nose and the rubber nose and glasses. He doxed me. Called my place of work like 85 times. Line 2, go.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead. Where are you calling from?
Hey,
What's your name?
Richard. This is Marietta, Georgia.
Richard in Marietta, Georgia. You're up there in carpet country. Talk to me, Richard.
Yeah, I've been in the industry for 45 years.
Okay.
On some of them damn projects that he's talking about. I'm telling you, he's spot on. This stuff just keeps advancing. It gets better, and better. There ain't no stopping us. I mean, there ain't no stop signs. It's green lights all the way. God bless Pete and God bless Trump.
Was it Richard or Robert? It was Richard, wasn't it? Richard, I'm going to tell you this. You have never said truer words. We scare them, Richard. We scare them. You remember at the very beginning.
He used what we put together. It ain't scared. It's techniques. It's what we plan.
Yeah.
It is it, man.
They tried to get rid of.
The Navy's just as good. I'm in the Air Force part, the plane part.
Yep.
But I mean, we all got the same stuff. This ain't a game. We're playing to win. I play chess a lot. I don't intend on losing, and neither do we. We're not going to lose. We got the moves.
I'm going to tell you this. They tried to get rid of Pete Hegseth first. Remember that?
Yeah,
he was the first one they went after.
Enough. You got to do it.
He was the first one they tried to get rid of. Then they tried Tulsi. Then they tried Rubio. Now they've tried. They know what they're doing. I appreciate you, Richard. God bless you. You sound like a good human being.
Why don't they try getting rid of themselves?
They can't.
Good.
They are
Amen.
addicted to being retarded. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you. They're addicted to being retarded. They're window licking morons. They have hockey helmets and drool trays. You want me to show you some more winning? You want to see some more winning? The winning is here. Mortgage rates dropping down below 6% now, or in the 6% range. That's winning. Democrats can't handle it. There you go. You're going to feel better after you flush 4 or 5. Yeah, let's just fire up the flusher. I always feel better after a good flush. I always feel better after a good flush. This is part of why we're winning. The economy's improving. They can't handle it. Remember what I told you about Donald Trump taking back over Facebook? Congratulations to Dina Powell McCormick, who has just been named the new president of Meta. Let's go right here. Line 2. Go right ahead, line 2. Bring it.
What's going on, my man, Ben?
I am hanging in like a hair in a biscuit. Talk to me.
You fired up tonight, ain't you, bro?
I'm tired of the negative trolls. They are so angry.
Dusty snake oil salesman, you.
Damn it! I'll tell you this. I got bit by a water moccasin whenever I was a kid. I was fishing along the Chattahoochee River, Choctawhatchee River, where I grew up in the lower Alabama, Choctawhatchee River. There was a stringer of fish. I had a stringer of shellcracker, and I went to pick it up. I was about 8 years old, and there was a moccasin coiled around there eating fish. He bit me on the leg. Since that day, I have never been afraid of a snake, and I've been able to recognize a snake. We got a lot of snakes in the chat. We got a lot of snakes that are in the Republican Party, and they're sneaky, and they want us. They sell negativity. What would you like to say?
I'm just glad I got through. I ain't got nothing negative to say. I just want to get through here and holler at you and tell you I love your show, man. I've enjoyed this chat tonight. This has been awesome, man. It's been awesome.
We have some of the best patriots.
Nothing negative to say. Nothing at all.
What part of the country are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from right here in Athens, Alabama.
Athens. I grew up just south of Dothan, so you know where that is.
I do.
Are you Roll Tide or War Eagle?
I'm Roll Tide.
Okay.
Damn Roll War Eagle.
Okay.
Go Tigers.
Okay. I didn't want to flush somebody from Alabama, but I will. You take care, brother. I appreciate you. God bless you. Roll Tide. There we go. Somebody says he's jacked up on snake oil. Yeah, absolutely. Breathalyzer on the call-in line. We have plenty of snakes. The Democrats they don't really have to do much because we have so many people in the Republican Party that are selling anger and rage. Robert, my dog Dakota, is 11 and watches Ben with me. My dog Fred, I got him in 2014 when I retired from the Navy. He's now 12 years old. South will Rise Again. That's a good song. Who sang that? Was that Hank Williams? Hank Williams. I think so. Does anybody know who Jesse Wells is? Does anybody know who Jesse Wells? Don't get Ben's Agent Orange acting up. Yeah, I will. All right. Welcome back, Troll Under the Bridge. Troll, bring it. What you got, Troll?
What? If that speech does not get you guys pumped up for the future of America, I don't know what will. You need to get a foot stuck up your butt if that doesn't get you excited, because my gosh, that was awesome. And then for the fake trolls out there, man, quit leeching off the system like the old libtards do. Y'all morons.
They sell rage. Uh-oh, we got a troll alert. I think I might have to get her. Troll, do you want to Troll, you want me to flush them? Okay.
Yeah, flush that turd.
All right, I got to do it. Hippie Cowgirl says, I'm a 70-year-old staunch conservative, but things have gotten out of hand on this channel.
You're looking pretty damn good for 70 years old, I'll tell you what.
Hippie Cowgirl, I think Hippie Cowgirl needs to get the water wings out because she is taking a swim back to the septic tank.
She needs those floaties.
Yep. We got to float twice. Lots of fiber. Take care, Troll. There we go. We just went ahead and we just got rid of Hippie Cowgirl. I just don't have time for it. I got no time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's my thought. Let's go here. I want to go, let me see here. I think Hippie Cowgirl, this is a dedicated to Hippie Cowgirl.
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. Hippie Cowgirl's not here anymore either. But look at this. Dina Powell McCormick, who has just been named the president of Meta, that's Facebook, a great choice for Mark Zuckerberg. She is a fantastic, talented person who served in the Trump administration. We have a former member from the Trump administration running Facebook. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Lines are open again. 615-475-7864. I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good. I didn't drink any. Dave's not here. Dave's not here. Y'all like the Dave's not here clip? Let me know if you like the Dave's not here. Talk to me, line 2. What you got? Turn the audio down in the background. I will hang up on you faster than Kamala Harris.
I just turned it off.
What you got, brother?
I just wanted to call in. This is Sugar Bear. I just wanted to call in and tell you, I think these Democratic governors better start looking in their own back pockets to find out what's going on, because they're coming for them. It's coming for all of them, and I hope they get them all.
You know, probably one. You bring up a great point. I think one of the most powerful members of Trump's cabinet doesn't get some of the recognition because he's nice and he's quiet. And that is Scott Bessent. Yep. That's what I think. I think Scott Bessent absolutely is a legend. Brian Cupp said, hell to the yeah. I think Scott Bessent's so nice that they just don't, nobody realizes how good he is. But Trump is a numbers guy. Scott Bessent is a numbers ninja. And they're talking about cutting off all the funding. I agree with you, brother. Thank you for the call. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. I got the Cubs hat on. If you wear a Chicago hat, especially as a white guy, people are like, damn, you're tough. You survived Chicago. White guy in Chicago, you survived. Okay. John Kennedy, we all talked about John Kennedy this morning. He's kind of disappointed me. He is very much kind of disappointed me. I want you to listen to what Tim Burchett said, and then we'll take some more calls.
From Tennessee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that it needs to be said that Governor Walz needs to step down. Him saying he will stay on to investigate is like O.J. Simpson saying he will investigate the murder of his ex-wife. Just doesn't work out. I have a question to representatives. Tim Burchett saying he'll investigate himself is like saying O.J. would invest the murder of, what was her name? Was it Nicole Brown Simpson, I believe? I believe that was the name, Nicole Brown Simpson. Tim Burchett, legend. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. $1.49. A purple mustache. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great comment. Queens B Art Hive. Thank you very much. I'm playing catch up. Came in late. That's what she said. Great call. Lines are open. Let's grab some other stuff here. I wanted to see. Democrats are in full panic mode. Gavin Newsom, 334. That's a talk to me. Line 2. What you got, line 2?
Hey, how you doing? I do love everything that you're doing, and I love that you're doing the Dave's Not Here, but I think you should do Be a Dave, because Nick Shirley got all of his information from the investigator named Dave. So Be a Dave.
Be a Dave. I think you're right. Thank you so much. Where are you calling from?
Alabama, Geneva.
Oh, y'all got some of the best maters ever. And nobody in the chat, with the exception of a few people, are going to understand the Boll Weevil Festival. Nobody's going to understand.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's going to understand the Boll Weevil Festival. See, I used to catch rattlesnakes for the Rattlesnake Rodeo in Dothan. Me and my buddy, and his real name was Tony Ray. He's in federal prison right now. Go figure. He's been in twice. But me and Tony Ray used to catch rattlesnakes, and we would sell them at the Rattlesnake Rodeo. I was like 10 or 11 years old catching 7 foot diamondbacks. My granny whooped the shit out of me because I took a bunch of her pillowcases to put the snakes in, and then we would put the rattlesnakes in the deep freezer, because you can freeze a rattlesnake and it will it'll kind of go into a hibernation. My granny went to get some stuff out of the freezer, and she saw a bunch of her damn pillowcases in the freezer. She pulled one out and it was full of rattlesnakes. She beat me with an inch of my life with a switch off of a plum tree. Thank you for calling. Geneva, Alabama. Great tomatoes. Great tomatoes in Geneva, Alabama. That's lower Alabama right there. Benny really weaseled his way to the... You know what? I don't want to speak bad of Benny.
Bottom of this, because it angers him and it angers his staff. They are furious with you, and you're going there to confront this.
Yes, they're furious because it's indefensible what they've done in the Palisades as well. And the most important thing to do there is just like what was done by Nick Shirley in Minneapolis, is simply go and turn on the camera. It's self-evident. Have there been any homes built?
No.
Gavin Newsom promised to rebuild the homes. Gavin Newsom promised that these people who lost 7,000 homes approximately in the Palisades, had their lives destroyed, had their family memories torched to ashes.
Right.
Most people in America know somebody who's been affected by these fires, that he would cut the red tape, that he would cut the penalties, cut the fees, and that they'd get to rebuilding. Has there been a single shovel overturned in the Palisades?
No, there's not been a damn thing done there. And Gavin Newsom knows they're in trouble. Knows they're in trouble. Thank you for the super sticker, Orchid Isle. Thank you very much for the super sticker. They know they're in trouble. This guy right here is calling for a civil war. I don't know what kind of war this guy could fight. Here we go. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Appreciate the calls. Love to hear from you. We had gopher turtle races, armadillo races, and bullfrog jumping. Absolutely. Francis is a redneck. Francis is a redneck. Let's go here. Line one, go.
Hey, brother, you know, Gavin Newsom also knows his days are numbered.
I believe so. I believe you're right.
Because they just dumped a whole bunch of awful, huge taxes in there, and a lot of major companies left, like their butts were on fire, like Exxon. And they're losing so much of their money that he doesn't, and he's under so much fraud that there's no way in hell he'd be able to run for president.
Who do you think is the next governor of California?
It's so close, and the way they do things there is weird. It's a big weighted system, which kind of fixes it. It kind of rigs it.
Okay. Do you think a Republican will win the governor's race in California?
Well, if I could wish what I would want, I would like Hilton.
Steve Hilton.
He's
British.
He seems the most grounded.
I like the sheriff. I like the sheriff.
I like him too, but Schwarzenegger was an Austrian.
That's
and
true.
He became governor.
Bianco, that's it right there. Bianco. That's it. Sheriff Bianco. I think Gavin's in trouble. I think now that we've started to find the fraud, we're going to find more fraud, and the fraud is going to be exposed in California. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly.
Well, the good part about Benny going is he's got resources. Not unlike what was
He
going
does.
on in Minnesota. But I don't think you need a whole lot of resources to show what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for calling, brother. I appreciate it. Where are you calling from? I always like to ask.
Oh, this is Jerry from Huntington.
Jerry from Huntington. Take care, Jerry. God bless you. God bless Jerry from Huntington. Look at this. This guy's calling for civil war. What do you think about this retard?
Well, reports are coming out now that the Trump administration is now freezing food stamps to the state of Minnesota, almost as if they are sanctioning an enemy state. At this point, could you call this civil war? It might not necessarily be kinetic, but the sanctioning of an enemy state, is that not essentially a declaration of war at this point? Cutting off food to the people. Well, reports are coming out now that...
Do you think we're in a civil war? I saw your comment there. Somebody said they were driving from Seattle to San Diego. Get some pictures of the Palisades. I'd love to see that. Do you think we're in a civil war right now? Let's go, Eunice. Talk to me, Eunice. What you got?
Hey, Ben. How are you, dear?
Amazing.
You know what really burns my feathers, really pisses me off?
What's up?
Are these people that come here into our country and they want to burn it down. They want to do everything else, and we're horrible, we're terrible, but they're dying to come here. And when they finally get in here, they love our benefits. We pay for everything, their children, their medical, and everything else. I can't wait for ICE to kick all their asses out of our country. And it's like the same thing that's here in the chat. You get these people like Hippie, Gilbert, whatever the heck it is, or Johnny, whatever, and they think they're going to come here and change everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Not happening. Not happening. You're in the wrong spot. And especially with me, of all people. They all can kiss my white ass in plain English, and it's big enough to be kissed a lot.
Eunice, you bring up a great point. It's kind of why I can't get passionate about what's going on in Iran. I want Iran to get their freedom and get their sovereignty. I want that. However, there's been too many Iranian flags paraded around in my country saying death to America for me to really give a passionate shit about them. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just like the same thing with all these Muslims. That they want to change things, they're going to rule everything. Trump should make it ban Sharia law, get rid of all the freaking mosques, and make it a law that they can't have the hijabs and cover their faces.
I agree.
This is
I agree.
America. And like
Eunice,
I said,
you're the best. I appreciate you.
It's going to happen.
God bless you, Eunice.
Hang in there.
Like a hair in a biscuit. Benny Johnson turned against the Republican Party. I'm a fan of both, but both of you, but your loyalty goes a long way. I am pretty damn loyal. I am loyal. I cannot go against anyone. This is Elon Musk. He's trying to get custody of his kid. This hoe that he had a kid with, apparently she wants to transition the kid. Right? Not happening. Khomeini, don't care. I just don't care about Iran. I mean, I wish him the best. But it's not my problem. And I think there was somebody in the chat this morning, Idaho or something, that was talking about like that I should care about Iran. I wish him the best, but I just don't. You can't talk me into caring about them. 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. We'll keep rolling. Conservatives criticize 26 GOP senators for rejecting foreign aid cuts. These scumbags right here. Yeah, look at that. Look at Scott from South Carolina. I mean, these people, they all wanted to continue. Look, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Wicker, Young, Murkowski, Mullen, McCormick, of course, Cocaine Mitch, Grassley, Barrasso, Bozeman right here in Arkansas. They all wanted to, of course, Lindsey Graham, Ladybugs, right? Look at this. Here they are. GOP senators not supporting the SAVE Act. Line 2, go right ahead.
Ben, George from California.
George, talk to me.
I tell you what, if we get the paper ballots and ID, California go blue or red. It would be red because there's too many, Democrats cheating California.
Just by you saying that out loud, the Democrat Party is on life support. They cannot, there are more people leaving the Democrat Party than that they can replace them with illegals. Under the Biden administration, it was an open border. They could replace people leaving with illegals. That supply is shut down right now.
I think you're right.
I think the Democrat Party is on life support. And I am happy to say that, George, people like you and the other people in the chat, we're part of the reason they're on life support. Thank you for calling, George. I
we got to
appreciate
get paper ballots on this. I just want to say one thing. I'm not a big Eminem fan, but there's one song that it says we only got one shot.
Oh, you're right.
Eyes dotted.
You're right. I don't know the name of the song, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Not sure the name either, but there's a lyric in there that says we got one shot, and we got to take it.
You're right. George, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. God bless
Love
you.
the show, Ben. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to talk to George out of Kamistan. He's out there in Kamistan. Khalistan, whatever you want to call it, Khalistan. Lord Spike Protein, it's already read. It's the voting. Brandon Herrera. I think Brandon Herrera would be a good candidate. I hope so anyway. Guys, gals, girls, we have been going for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to turn around and do it again tomorrow morning. I'll see you in the morning. I got to roll.